up. All right, our guest is gonna come on now. Hello.
Hi there, how are you?
Good. Thanks for coming on the show. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. What is your
How are
name
you?
again?
My name's
Yeah,
Bloth.
I'm doing all right. Lost,
Bloth. What's your name?
lost. My name is yeah, my stage name is Mitation.
Mutation. Okay.
Yeah, but you can call me whatever, me or Mita. Like some people call me Mita.
Mita. Okay. I like
Yeah,
that. I guess I'll just start off asking you questions right away. What
yeah.
got you into like rap and hip hop music?
Um, I have liked since school days. I don't know. I was like a rebellious child, so that got me into hip hop, and then I started listening to it. Then, well, in my workplace, that was like my first job. I was working on the ship, and there was like a little bar called a crew bar where all the crews gather after the midnight, and they only played um Latin and Caribbean music. And then I don't know, I didn't really feel the vibe. So I decided to, play hip hop there. And I learned how to DJ from the crew DJ. And well, I don't know, I knew a bunch of hip hop until that day. But yeah, he taught me the other alternative or even like classic hip hop artists. And then yeah, eventually I got to know all of them, like lots
What
of them.
what era of hip hop do you like the most? Do you like old school or like newer stuff, or do you kind of like all of it?
I don't think I follow any hip hop after like 2013, to be honest.
You seem
Um,
you seem pretty
I
old school.
say,
You seem really old school with your style.
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Like I'm in the old school, like mainly late 80s, like 90s, and then early 2000s. They're the good, they're the best, and then like people know that. But I don't know why people don't want to go back to the old school anymore. Like what? Yeah, what kind of shit is that? Like looking at the current hip hop, like that got me really devastated. Like I didn't have any intention to start rapping myself because I know good shit, and I know in as a matter of fact, I can't be good like as much as they are. So because of the respect, I didn't even start. But like those current hip hop, like they got me lose respect toward them, and I thought that it'd be hilarious if I started rapping and if I can rap better than them.
That's a cool motivation to do it. I think that I respect the old school rap and hip hop as well, and I
Yeah,
think it's good to keep the spirit alive for sure of the old
yeah,
school
for
art.
sure.
So
I believe that.
how popular is rap music in Japan?
Um, I think the like really famous ones like Tupac and 50 Cent and other old school rappers, maybe hip hop. Maybe 50 Cent is not old school, but they are quite well known. But still, hip hop as a genre is like really niche. Only usually they're only guys, maybe in his 30s or 40s, listen to them. And the youngsters, they're more into like Japanese hip hop, which is quite a different genre compared to the American ones. I think it also comes from like just the cultural differences and like a financial state that we do have on average. Like we don't have a serious poverty um on average, and we don't really suffer from, let's say, systematic racism. So we don't have the background to rap about. So basically, most of Japanese rappers nowadays rap about honestly, I don't know much. Honestly, I don't even listen to them because I can't say they're not deep enough, but they're not deep enough. They don't rap about life or their sufferings or whatever they got them whatever that got them in the trouble. I yeah, it's just really different. It's just different. You can't really compare those two.
I understand that like what for me like I guess like it's interesting to hear that cuz like um I didn't I've never known but like I think that it doesn't really matter necessarily what your this is just my opinion what your background is
Yeah, go ahead.
as far as
Mhm.
rap, but it is a mentality of like
True.
to me like it's the mentality that's in rap music is like a mentality of like I'm gonna do what I want and I'm gonna be
Mhm,
who I
mhm,
want,
mhm.
be proud of what I am and who I am, and if you don't like it,
Yeah.
fuck you. That like that's what I think is always pervasive in
Mhm, mhm.
some there's I guess there's rappers that out there now that like are like sad boys and like aren't like that, but um I think that no matter what background you come from, it's just my opinion that
Mhm,
you can have that
mhm,
sway.
mhm.
You just have to own who you actually are. Like you can't be fake. You know what I mean? And since you
Right,
don't come from
right,
a
right.
background, if you don't come from a background where like you're not a gangster, right? Then obviously you're not
Mhm,
gonna make
mhm, mhm.
you shouldn't make a gangster rap. That'd be
Right,
whack.
right.
But you can still rap about your own life and the struggles that you have because
True.
everybody has
Yeah.
them. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, yeah, you're absolutely right. So, I have to rephrase what I said. I think it's not because the background like that means that like no Japanese rappers can rap good as American rappers like let per se. So, it's that is not true. Like you said, it's about like keep stay true to yourself and like just be yourself, like express your opinions. And that's also what I think that it's hard to have good rappers in Japan, because culturally and systematically, it is not in our culture. Like being
Yeah.
different and I push your opinions, try to push that through. It's not in the culture. Like you have to be like everybody else and you should not stand out as much as possible. That is why it's really hard to have an opinion and not only keep that like just to speak that out like it's im- it's nearly impossible.
Is it I yeah, I can understand that there's cultural differences that I probably don't understand because I don't understand Japanese culture particularly well. I mean, I'm familiar with it a little bit. There's, stuff about Japan that I like and things that I'm interested in, but I just don't know that much about it. And I think too like you're telling when I asked you if you ever rap in Japanese, you said that you kind of don't. You don't really do that, right?
I know.
Do you think it's just
The
like
the
the language is just harder to rap in or like
Yeah, yeah, that's the main reason. Like I don't feel like Japanese are built for rapping. Um, Opposite to Korean, I think Korean is more suitable when it comes to rapping because how many vowels they have, and I believe that like back in 14th century or 15th century, they, like those researchers and like people who are knowledgeable of linguistic, they gathered and invented the language because before that they had only Chinese as a region language, and they wanted to have their own. And then they specifically wanted to make it easier for Korean people to pronunciate any other language, so they put a lot of vowels in there. That's why they're quite good at languages in general, and yeah, of course they're good in
That's
English
really
rapping.
interesting. That's
Yeah.
fascinating. Wow. Yeah. How do the Japanese rappers that are rapping in native Japanese language getting away with it then? Are they is that why it's kind of whack? Is because they're just it just doesn't sound right?
That's that yeah, to me, it's really rare occasion that I feel like vibe with Japanese rappers. Like most of Japanese rappers, and they have songs that sound like monk chanting.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I have to check. I have to look into some of that just to see what it's like because I'm interested. Not that I'll
Yeah.
necessarily like it, but
Hmm.
I can tell you're really passionate about like rap and like what you like about it and you're particular about it. That's really cool. I respect that. Um, what are some of your favorite rappers?
Uh, well, I didn't know about this guy Doom before. Doom. MF Doom. Like
MF
there's
Doom.
a
Oh yeah, respect. MF Doom rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, to be honest, like I didn't know about him before, like yeah, last year, and then I started listening to him. He's quite good. He's like really lyrical. It's because some people dropped the comments in my comment section saying that I listened to MF Doom, and that's why I got intrigued.
Somebody in my comment section said greatest of all time.
Oh.
MF Doom is the greatest of all time. Um, he also man, if you look into his story and just like the way he made his record, like he used his friend's record player and he just had a sampler and a microphone and that was it.
Mhm.
And yeah, the guy's story is wild and he's just like
Yeah.
yeah, he's such an inspiring guy.
Yeah,
Um
like once he went to like a homeless, and then he also lost somebody who was close to him. He was even a homeless
yeah,
once, right? Yeah.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that like at the time that he recorded his first album that took off, he was staying on his friend's couch.
Mm, mm,
So no, pretty much like not necess like he had somewhere to stay, but homeless. Yeah, he didn't have a home.
mm, mm.
So I, and yeah, and then look at the what he contributed to the world. It's good. I'm glad that he was able to get his music out there.
Mhm, mhm.
So MF, what would be some other rappers that you like?
I like Big L. He's like a
Big L. I
yeah.
don't know who that is.
He's like a
Really?
yeah rapper like died in like 1997 or 4 or 3 or something, and
You know what's funny is this guy Big L. I'm gonna be interviewing another rapper Saturday, I think.
mhm.
That's from New Jersey, and he put a video on about this guy Big L. So
Oh,
that's interesting. I'll have to bring up Big L during the interview with him because he made a TikTok about this dude and how he's just like a legend basically, and how he's like one of the best rappers that was ever like out there.
that's
And so
cool.
it's interesting that you bring him up. Yeah, you should watch that interview. You'll probably be interested in
Yeah,
it.
definitely. Definitely, if I can make it. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you for my
the
time.
guy's name
Uh-huh.
is King Quad. Have you ever seen him? King Quad.
Mm, King
He
Quad. I don't think so.
he's a newer rapper and he's got
Mhm.
that old school swagger to him, so you might like him. He's a young kid.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah? Well, we'll check it out.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. King Quad. Um, do you listen to Tupac at all? Or like Biggie or
Yeah. Yeah. Tupac and Biggie's for sure. They're my two favorite. Like I preferred Biggie over Tupac.
yeah?
Like more often. But yeah, me personally, I like Biggie better. Cause he got a more rhythm, and so mellow. I like. what
He's got a
and
vibe.
like
He's got a vibe.
some things something about it. Mhm. Yeah, he's got a vibe, and then like some songs like um well Notorious Thug that just yeah like I can't listen to it without banging my head. And like suicidal thoughts, like he talks about killing himself. He talks about like wishing to die anytime, and that's kind of considered a weakness, right? Especially like back in times. And then I really like rappers, like male rappers who can be open about their feeling and their weakness, and that really gives them more story. And I think
It's
more
almost
rappers should be like
it's
really
actually a
yeah talk about. Hmm.
it's actually a strength, like like being able
Yeah,
to be vulnerable in your music and express the way you feel.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly, because that's how the music's supposed to be. It's about expressing yourself and your feeling, what's happening in your life. And I don't know since when you got be talking about only the good side. It's like you're living on the social media. That's full of bullshit.
right.
And
You gotta talk about
yeah.
too. You can't just talk about, and it's like, yeah, I feel like there's like a shift in like, I feel like back in the day, like the old school rap was more real and would talk about real shit
Hmm.
more. Whereas like,
Yeah,
not that it
exactly.
doesn't happen anymore, but um, yeah, I just feel like a
Mm,
lot of times it was more talking about like real life, like everyday shit that
yeah.
people listening to it could relate to. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
Whereas now, yeah, a lot of it is just like a lot of new rappers, like really young rappers that are up and coming. They're
Hmm.
just they're trying to flaunt instead of express themselves.
Hmm. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Like, I think there was some time that they could or we could change direction for the future of the music, like how which direction we want to go. Like, do we want to go more expressive way? Do we want to like just figure out like how to be more artistic and lyrical, or do we want to go yeah pick another side? Like definitely like current rap style is always being influenced by the past, right? And like we can't deny that there were people who were only bragging about their money, talking about the sex and talking about like killing and a gun and stuff like that and drug. um, but it was just a one perspective of hip
I think that
hop
happened
and the
with
music.
rock and roll at one point too. Like rock and roll, they're just talking
Yeah, yeah, right.
like talking about fucking. It just it happens where like this is the cool thing to talk about. This is the cool shit to say. So just
Yeah.
copy that and just do that. And all the
Mm-hmm.
most artists though do always through the times shine as compared to the people who are just following the trends.
Right, right, right. And now, the raps and I think raps carry music industry. I don't think I'm wrong for that, because there's no day that you can't see a rap in the Billboard chart in top 10, right? And I say like a rap or hip hop, it's definitely like carrying the future of the music, and the way it's going, definitely not
What do you think
right.
of like what do you think of like like Tyler the Creator?
I yeah, I I don't really listen to lots of his songs. Do you have like any specific song that you have on your mind from him?
No, I just I can't think of anything particularly, but like
Mm.
I like him myself,
Okay.
and actually I like him. I like him. I think he's good. I think he's really
Yeah,
creative.
I think
The
it's
thing
good. Yeah, I've
is
heard it's good.
he's not old school though, and he doesn't have that old school swagger that you like, but I
Hmm.
do think
Hmm.
he's authentic. That authentic thing we're talking about.
Hmm.
Like he's not like a
I
gangster or
I
anything.
should yeah, I
He's
think I should
just
listen to.
like a dude with a
Mhm.
skateboard.
Right,
But like
right. Yeah, Yeah.
he's a really good. I think he's a good rapper, and his beats, the music he makes, that's where you might be thrown off by him because it's like sometimes it's really weird and out there, and it's not even that hip hop sometimes. But I don't know. I was just
Mhm.
wondering if you thought of him, because I I was just curious.
Mhm. Yeah, like from some point, like I'm busy and then all that, right? Like, so I just listen to, I try to stick with the classic. That's why I don't really listen to, yeah, it doesn't give me that much option for the new rappers. I mean,
Yeah,
that Tyler
I'm trying to
creator.
think of
Yeah.
newer rappers that have that kind of thing going on because they're definitely out there, you know.
Yeah, for sure. They're not that mainstream, that's also the thing.
Yeah, but there's people. It's like a lot of things where like the people that keep the fire alive are like they're not. It's maybe
Mm,
popular as the mainstream shit, but the people that are there do
mm,
really passionate about it. You know what I mean?
right,
They
right.
really care about what
Yeah,
they're. So,
yeah, I agree with them. Mm.
do you ever play shows or anything in Japan? Is that like you said you DJ?
Yeah, but back on my workplace, and it was outside of Japan as well. In Japan, like I sometimes come back, but most of my adulthood, like I don't really stay that long enough to have some opportunities here.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about performing before? Is that something that you want to do eventually, or are you just doing
I
this as a hobby?
since I'm in Tokyo, I think that there were some opportunities that I could perform on the street, for example, like those, like yeah, there are several street performers as well. But I also like that kind of concerned me that like maybe they don't understand the shit of what I'm saying, Um,
Yeah.
maybe I should, yeah, maybe I should learn, rapping in Japanese as well if I want them to understand. But like, yeah, I also like yeah there's just there's just a demand that is not matching from both parties, but yeah, I am thinking about that. I am thinking about that, although like that's also a cultural thing, like people who are in Japan, like they don't they kind of don't like people standing out. And also they think, like people who stand out are usually crazy. Especially if you have a guts or nerve to, do some performances in the public.
Okay.
And they don't want to touch it. They do not want to be involved. There was some crazy shit that happened to me last time I was in Japan. So I was walking out down the like Tokyo Metro station, and then I saw there was a wallet that was wide open on the street, and nobody wanted to touch it. Nobody wanted to touch it. So I picked it up and I checked the ID, and then I brought it back to the owner. Basically, like they see that stranger is a danger, even if it's an object, and they just don't want to be involved.
Sounds like a different culture for sure. I have met
That is.
the only time that I ever hung out with somebody who's actually from Japan. I was in Oregon, which is the West Coast, and I watched the eclipse and I was on acid. And there was this girl that was like on her phone like talking like
Hmm.
she's like an influencer or something. And
Okay.
don't know, I just remember noticing her like off in the distance, and then she like got off the phone or whatever, and she came by us, and she said she needed a lighter, and she had a blunt,
Okay.
and she smoked a blunt with us, and she was talking to us, and she was
Oh.
from Japan,
Uh-huh.
and I just asked her like what she liked about America and what she liked about Japan, and like thought was
Mm-hmm.
different, and what she told me was that it was a really interesting conversation. She told me that she liked that America is like more like creative and expressive, and like the fact that she can smoke weed, like she do that in Japan ever. She said, and like I don't know, there's
Yeah.
just like there's things about America she liked, but she said in Japan people are really wholesome,
Hmm.
and she said that people take like she said in America like your social currency is like how much money you have, but in Japan
Yeah,
your social
with
currency
that.
is your social. Is this accurate? I'm kind of curious. She said that in Japan your
That
social
is
currency is
true.
like how.
That is, yeah, she was, yeah, speaking of fact. So I agree with her statement in both her view on America and Japan. I'm not sure if you agree with American view because you know the reality there, right? But yeah, Japan, people are definitely wholesome. I for example, like if you get lost, if you ask direction, most of the time, like they are super wholesome, teaching like where to go. They even take you to the place directly. Walk like yeah, because hmm, well,
She said that
mhm.
She said that in Japan social currency was like how you treated people, how well you treated other people.
I yeah, well, some aspect I think that is true because this also comes from the geographic perspective. We are like islander living in a small island, and it used to be like there is no way to get out of this place when there was no plane and the ship, right?
Right.
So if you can't get along well with your neighbors, you are done. There was a
Yeah.
specific phrase like called murahachibu. It's like mura means a village. So if you live in the village and if you do something bad or something strange, you get kicked out, or like you basically banned, or you get like prosecuted, executed. So it's like it's just an option. It's just not an option that you be you. Like you must get along well with people, and you have to be nice with them, even if that's fake. And that kind of mentality stuck with us to the point that we're kind of wholesome in our nature.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and yeah, I think America is definitely obsessed with money way too much.
Yeah,
And
I agree with you
yeah,
totally.
people like right, us Japanese and Europeans, for example, like we don't understand the mentality that yeah that I've read somewhere. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about the Germany, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand. It's definitely I mean, we're known for being money hungry pigs, and I think I think it's true. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like
holy. But but yeah, I like when to think about it, like you have to have a standard, right? And the social currency, um, the money is a really like convenient way to measure your success. Otherwise you can't, yeah, tell other people like how successful you are. You need a measurement. But some people do forget like where that comes from, you know. And then like if you just decide the currency is the only measurement, of course there's gonna be a trouble because people would easily lose the humanity and the respect of the currency, and that's already been happening, and that sucks. That fucking sucks. That's you gonna lose the whole humanity if you do that.
yeah, I think that we have to get rid of money. That's my opinion.
Yeah, like at the same
It's a
time we
crazy
don't have any
concept. We don't
alternative
give a shit.
systems. Hmm?
What's that? Oh no, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
At the same time. No, 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 that's fine. I said like at the same time we don't have any alternatives or nearly better solution to that. That's why we can't destroy the current construct of the society. Uh, of the
Yeah,
capitalism.
we haven't
That
come
is
up
why.
with a
If
yeah, we haven't come up with something better. That's wild.
yeah, do you have
What do
any idea?
what do I could say some things, but I'm not gonna because I'm not. I don't know the answers. I really don't. But I'm curious what you think of. It kind of sucks to talk about, but feels weird to not bring it up. Honestly, what do you think of the situation with Ukraine and Russia?
Well, you know, there's something I'm thinking about. So history is what, like, I rap about this in my rap songs as well, but we are reading what the winners wrote in the history, and that is what I am seeing from Russia and some other countries. Like, okay, I'm not gonna name, but yes, some countries just do it. They know that only way to, make them a winner or make them a good man is to just do it. Do it, change it, and after that, you can make excuses in any way.
Yeah,
Um, so
true.
yeah, that was really conceptual, but I I think um hmm, like, what's happening in United States and on social media, including TikTok. People discuss about like bullshit, and then they don't do shit. Um, and they and then because of the democracy, um, if you are a good person, you end up losing something. And if you're a bad person, you have way more options. You can, yes, you can change, you can, get to occupy other lands. Um, and that's what they know. They don't do bullshit. I- I'm sorry to say bullshit. They they don't speak of peace. They do what they want, and then they know that if there's any person who is going to attack them back, theoretically they can do whatever they want. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Like, do you feel the tension in the air over there in
No,
Japan? No.
no, I feel nothing at all. Like, and nobody's feeling that. I heard Japan was involved. I heard so, but uh, no,
I mean,
we
I feel
not really.
tension as from the United States because I mean, I don't think it.
Hmm.
I don't know if it's gonna turn into like World War III or whatever. I doubt it, but it's not a good precedent to attack a Eastern European country. That's really really bad. That's not good. That
Hmm.
could that and
Of course, that's bad. Of course, they're doing bad thing, and they know that, but they do it anyway. That's what it is right now, like in this world, because like we are not on the same table, like we are not on the same pages of the same book.
yeah, no, you're
Um.
right. Everybody's trying to tell a different story, a different narrative. Yeah,
Mm,
and it's like you said, whoever wins can just say this is how it happened. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I didn't mean to get off subject with just asking about that, but I was just curious. But so, yeah, I often listen to Big L more, for sure, because I've seen that
Mhm.
come up a few times now. Didn't he pass away like 1999 or like 2000?
Yeah, like quite early, and then he was only like 24 years old.
And now he's just like a legend, like that.
Yeah, I think so. A lot of people refer to Big L, and I think it was Kendrick Lamar. So he listened to Big L rapping freestyle, and then he said something like, "Okay, there's no way to like beat him. Like if he was alive, the Kendrick is dead, like, you know.
I got
So yeah, there was definitely something about him.
yeah, for me like rap music growing up like interesting for me like I guess I'll just kind of tell you about like my background as American and with hip hop. I grew up as like somebody who like rock music and I play guitar and my brother
Mhm.
was in more
Mhm.
into rap music and hip hop, but it'll be one of those things
Mhm.
where
Mhm.
we were kind of troublemakers when we grew up. And my brother would always
Right.
like be smoking weed and shit and listening to rap music, and like I
Yeah.
would I liked hanging out with my brother, and like I felt cool when I got to
Mhm.
hang out with him and like listen to music with him, and it ended up eventually growing on me. And I remember like a lot of the albums that like for me because I literally grew up on the music was like I remember Lil Wayne was huge. The Carter when that came out,
Mhm.
it
Mhm.
was or maybe it was the Carter 3. But
Mhm.
yeah, one of the Carter albums, that album, like I just remember, like just Lil Wayne was like the god of rap for a while. Like it's weird because
Mhm.
he's like a footnote now. No one really talks about him. But when I grew up in high school, he was like God. But we listened to the old shit too. We listened to Tupac. We listened to
Mhm.
Biggie. We listened to you know they're so staple. You know what I mean? Another one. Oh, the name's on the tip of my tongue. Oh fuck. I I hate it when this happens. Cypress Hill. You ever listen to Cypress Hill?
No, unfortunately
Oh,
not.
you gotta look them up. They're like an old school rap group, and you'll probably like them
I've
too.
heard of yeah, I've heard of that name.
They're really good. And I also remember they're really good. And I also remember Gangster's Paradise.
Oh
Did you
yeah.
ever hear that song by
Yeah,
Coolio?
like
My brother got
whenever I play, I always like started with him. So they know, so the audience know that I'm different. The yeah, starting from the Youngsters rap was the best because they got a slow beat as well. The temp like so starting from the like slow tempo to the higher tempo, like that's what we do. Um, that's yeah, that yeah, I love it. And then the important thing that there was never any cars because you know that was a requirement to use the beat in the Youngsters Paradise, and then that is why he never cursed, and that kind of proves the point that like you don't have to curse, you don't have to put any word um in the song to be a good to be making a good rap in the song to be a good to be making a good rap.
I didn't know I
Yeah.
never even noticed that about that song before actually.
See?
Yeah, I remember my brother got that on tape, on cassette tape when we were
Yeah.
really young.
Oh my
So that's
God.
yeah, like
Same.
that song goes way back for me. Like
Mm.
um, but yeah, it's been really good talking to you. It's been a really fun interview. It's been interesting hearing what your
Yeah.
perspective
Uh,
on on rap and hip hop, and I think it's really cool what you're doing, and you should keep
Thanks.
it up. And
Yeah,
it
definitely.
sounds like you're kind of somebody who's kind of like a fish out of water when it comes to being in your territory, being a Japanese uh
Mm-hmm.
rapper that speaks English and likes American rap. But I got one more question for you at least though. I gotta
Yeah,
ask you
yeah.
this one. Any European rap that you're into at all? Is that a thing that you ever?
Like when I was at the gym, somebody was playing like a rap in the Balkan language. I think it was like either Serbian or Montenegro, but yeah, it was super good though, like Russian rap as well. They have a really good taste in rap song, rap, like rap in general. I
There's
have
something to
heard
me
this.
about like hearing a British dude rap. It's like they
Oh
could be the
yeah,
best rapper ever, but it just makes me laugh because it's just a fucking British guy. I don't know, but it can be really good. There's some good Irish rappers too, and then there's like this weird. You ever
Mhm.
heard of drill music? Like Irish drill? It's like a
Yeah,
weird kind
I
of
heard of
rap coming
that.
out of
Hmm.
Maryland. It's interesting. It's interesting how many different cultures of rap are all over the world, like, and
Mm,
how
I
different
agree
these
with that.
people. Yeah, and
Yeah,
like where you're from, it's gonna come out so different
yeah,
than
yeah. It's kind of
how
funny
you
that
expect.
mm, that yeah, yeah, it's kind of funny because like when you say European rappers, like I immediately thought of any other country but UK. So yeah, like I've listened to some UK rappers lately. Um, they're called like Lord Apex. I
Lord,
think like that group of yeah, they're a group of people rapping like they're from UK. They're quite dope.
Lord Apex. I want to look them up.
Yeah, with Apex. They've got a yeah quite a good number of followers on YouTube, and then they make a super good sound as well. But you know, like you can see the significant difference between American rapper and then like British rappers. Of course the accent and yeah the topics that where what they're rapping about, but also can tell the influence. You know, like they cannot get away yeah without looking up to the like American rap style. So yeah, you can also see that in Japanese rappers as well, but it's kind of corny.
Yeah. No, I understand, but you just gotta be yourself, like as long as you're being authentic to who you are when you're
Mm,
spitting bars, it's not
yeah,
corny. Like that's
yeah,
why that's why people like you is because you're authentic. Um, and as long as you keep being authentic, you're gonna keep getting fans because that's what you gotta do, and you understand that.
yeah, do it.
But yeah, I think it's been great talking with you. I'm sure I could ask you more
Yeah, thanks
questions.
a lot.
I kind of always just kind of do it. I don't write them down. I kind of just do it naturally. I think it's better that way.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but I really did enjoy talking with you, and I look forward to watching you grow as an artist. And thanks for coming on the show.
Thank
And
you. So
yeah, keep in touch and
yeah,
always keep your vibes gated.
yeah, I will. I think you are doing like great. So keep it up too.
All right, thank you. I really appreciate it. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye.